Joining us here at Post 9 in a CNBC exclusive is the CEO Charles Meyers. Great to have you. Welcome.
Thanks, Charles. Good to be here.
So we were joking during the break about the appetite for answers and use cases about AI.
Yeah.
How would you describe it right now among investors and clients?
Well, I mean, I think AI is a big topic and a big driver. I think another wave of digital transformation. I was talking yesterday about a series of waves from sort of consumer-led digital in sort of the early 2000s, really a major wave with cloud fueling that. And I think, of course, then the pandemic sort of fueled the flames, and now I think AI is really sort of fuel on the fire from there. So I think it's going to be a big driver.
Can you lay out some use cases, specifics, and how this works for your business?
Yeah, I mean, we've been seeing AI inside of our business and selling, into those workloads and use cases for years. But I do think we're going to see an acceleration of that. And I think some of the use cases, retail is a great example. Anywhere that has lots of data, trying to process that data, develop insights, and use those insights in real time. So real-time pricing of e-commerce, for example, is a classic use case and one that's very latency and performance sensitive. And so I think, plays to our advantages.
You're a data center company. So explain where you fit in the digital infrastructure, who are you competing with, and whether AI is the source of growth for you right now.
Yeah, it's I think one of many, but I think the broader source of growth for us is digital transformation as a phenomenon. And I think what we've talked about ourselves, probably on this show in the past, as the engine room for the digital economy. And we're more about for that foundational infrastructure at the data center level and interconnection that's allowing our customers, who are the driving forces of innovation and digital transformation, all of the hyperscale clouds, all of the major providers, content and digital media, all the SaaS market. We had 3 customers with us yesterday, our analyst day: Zscaler, NVIDIA, and actually NASDAQ, oddly. It was all companies that are really driving forces in their respective industries, leaning on our infrastructure to do it.
So then, are you being affected by the macro concerns, the rising interest rates, and the pullback we've seen in tech spending?
Yeah, I mean, I think we have not really. What I would say is that the commitment to digital transformation seems unequivocal, and people, even though they're tightening belts in other areas, I think they're doing that to support digital because, one, it's part of doing more with less. There are a lot of people are using digital to do that, and I think, candidly, it's a basis for competition in most industries today, is how you're how you're faring from a digital perspective.
Do you think we're at a period? It's so early on that they know they have to spend, but they don't know what they have to spend on?
I think there's definitely some of that, for sure. In fact, we talked about 3 categories: digital leaders, who I think are figuring that out and are a little bit further advanced; digital followers, who are starting to figure that out; and digital starters, who are yet to figure it out. I think it's a lot of people are going through that. And, I think cloud is a great example where people have talked about this, a pullback on cloud and those kind of things. People, I mean, you have to recognize, AWS was a $500 million business in 2010. They're going to be an $85 billion business this year. That is a massive growth rate, right? And so there's some digestion of people saying, how do I really use cloud effectively? How do I want to do this? And so I think we're seeing some of that in terms of people sorting that out. AI is going to be a similar thing, I think.
So if demand is not a problem and you're seeing plenty of it, what about supply? Do you have the capacity to meet all that
It's
demand?
A super question. I've often said that over the last several quarters that I'm more concerned about supply than I am about demand, and so I think we have to continue to be cognizant of, can we put the demand in place, or the capacity in place? Things like availability of power and our ability to permit our use. Those are the things that we're really working very closely with our partners on, and something that I think, as the market leader, we're well positioned and differentially positioned, but something we got to watch.